Here we go again. It's another day, another way. Hey, everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Welcome to Open. Coming up on today's show, we'll learn how to get fit and in shape, in the best shape of our lives in just 28 days. We speak to the owner and founder of Iconoclast Fitness. Then we'll hear from an author and teacher whose trilogy series book is honoring the past while uplifting our future. Plus, we'll speak to a promising young jazz musician. He's on the set right now. He's also a producer and intern right here with us at BronxNet TV. We'll learn about his love for music and what his next steps are in the media. And then finally, a new survey conducted recently reveals that the majority of Americans are dreaming big with their bucket lists. So we'll speak to a senior director of product management about the ways we can cross off more items on our bucket list this summer. So all of this and more is coming your way. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. We are wide open. We've got you covered like a blanket. Hey, everybody, I'm the Doc Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is the owner and founder of Iconoclast Fitness. He joins us to speak about the inspiration behind his fitness business and how he's helping others achieve their fitness goals. Get you all pumped up and ready to go. So when you step out, boom, just like that, you'll be straight. Please welcome to the show, Ngo Okafor. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Ngo, nice to see you again. The last time I saw you were at the Bronx YMCA, and we were doing the TV program over there for BronxNet, and you were like letting everybody know you're a Golden Glove champ, two-time Golden Glove champ, right?
Yes, two-time Golden Glove champion, New York City, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. You know, I fought in let me see, was it the semifinals?
Okay.
And the Golden Gloves.
Yeah. It takes a lot to get there.
The chin checkers. Boom, boom.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the fight the other night?
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Did you see the fight the other night?
I did. It was a great fight. Tank Gervonta, he was I was impressed by him. I was impressed. I didn't think he was going to be able to handle Garcia's length and movement, but he handled it really well and stopped him with a body shot. I think he's becoming a new face of boxing.
I think so. He's like a smaller Mike Tyson. He's a tank.
Yes.
He's a tank.
Yes. He's really strong.
How did you begin your love for getting in shape and working out? Because, you know, when you're in boxing, you're doing a lot of those things yourself because you know when you get in that ring, it's just you and your opponent. So you know if you come incorrect, you know what things can, you know what can happen in the ring.
Of course. You can, boxing, as I always say, boxing is not like basketball or football. You don't play boxing. You know, boxing is a fight. So you got to come in sharp, prepared, in condition, mentally and physically. And that's the beauty of the sport. It's your mind and your body together. And I have taken that and I have applied it to fitness. I created a transformation program that can get people results in such a short time because that is what people can wrap their minds around. It's like 28 days.
28
to
days.
Get you to lose 28 days. To get you to lose up to 20 pounds in 28 days, most people can wrap their mind. That's less than a month.
Yeah.
A lot of times if you tell people I was going to do it in 6 weeks or 3 months, they tune out. But I created a methodology that will get you to build lean muscle and burn fat and change your body, transform your body in just 28
Oh,
days.
shucks. We got to do a before and an
Yes.
after in the studio here. Now, come on, just let it all hang out, and then come on afterwards like,
Right. Exactly. Look like a superhero, like a Marvel character.
28 days, huh? So
28 days.
for a person like me, and there's a lot of them out there who hadn't worked out in a long time, how do you get
Yes.
started? What's the first couple of things? I know you mentioned mind, body, and spirit. You got to bring it all together
Yes.
to make that happen, right?
Yes. So the first thing is you want to establish where you are. You want to start where you are. Let's see, you haven't worked out in a while, like little things, just start small. Okay, just start if he's doing 5 minutes, you go then build up to 10 minutes and then build up to 15, 20, and then ultimately get to 45 minutes and then to an hour. But the key thing is to start slowly, start where you are, and then you build up. And then once you build it up to where you can handle working out for 45 minutes to an hour, then you can start this transformation program. But the key is to start. You have to start somewhere and then build your way up. You know, it doesn't help to just jump right in, because then you jump right in, you get discouraged, you get demoralized, and then you don't do it at all. Start slow, start small, 5 minutes, build to 10 minutes, and then you get to where you can, over time, and your body will adjust, and then you get to where you can do.
Yeah, I remember
you can train for 45
working
minutes
out
to
with
an
this
hour.
guy who was Mr. Olympia. He said, "Come on, let's go." Now, I'm just coming in. I can't do what you do. And
Exactly.
of course, I used to box too. So, we didn't lift a whole lot of weights. You did your own body thing. You did your sit-ups, your push-ups, and jumping rope and hitting the bags and all that stuff. But this guy was taking me through it. He said, "Come on, 10 more." And he was ripping me. I couldn't even straighten out my arm the next day.
Yeah.
So I couldn't come. I couldn't come and participate.
And that's the thing. You have to guide people and ramp people up slowly, or else they're going to get too sore. They can get injured. So you have to take people and guide people in slowly. And then once they build up the tolerance and the endurance and strength, then they can get into a program that's more intense, where they're training every day for an hour for 28 days.
Yeah.
And that's how I create. And there's a nutrition component to it too. Nutrition is even before the working out, it starts in the kitchen. It starts in what you put in your body, because you cannot outtrain a bad diet. So for example, you work out hard and you burn 500-600 calories. Within 10 minutes, you can put all those calories and more back. You eat cake and you drink soda, you eat fried foods, and you can put all those calories right back in. And all that working out that you did is out of the window. So it's important to remember that you cannot outtrain a bad diet.
Yeah.
So start with the diet and then the training.
I remember jumping rope, and you can lose a couple of pounds just jumping that rope. But what was your inspiration behind Iconoclast Fitness? Iconoclast Fitness. How did you get the name, and how did it all start for you?
Well, it's always been my dream to have my own gym where I can control the program and control the way the clients work out and get results, because I've always been a believer in my style. Like, you can get people, stronger, leaner in a short amount of time. And I wanted a space where I could do this. Like, a lot of the training methodologies would tell you, oh, it takes, 6 weeks, or it takes 90 days to build muscle and get lean. But I believe that you can do it in a shorter time. Nobody has that length of time. People have short attention spans. So the faster you can get them results, the better. So I created a program that went against everything that I've read and I was taught, and a lot of people are writing in articles. And that, to me, is like a rebellious mindset. An iconoclast is a person who thinks outside of the norm, as a rule breaker, a rebel. And so I wanted to create a space that supported my mindset, my mentality, and have trainers and clients who are willing to think outside the box and be, game changers. And that's what drove me to create and build and have my own gym.
Yeah, and
it's in Manhattan on Fifth Avenue.
You came through modeling too. Tell us about the modeling experience.
Well, I came to New York when I was 24 years old, and I was working in corporate. I was an IT specialist. But over time of doing it, I wanted to express myself more as an artist. And I always looked at magazines and I saw these guys, in the magazines. And I just said to myself, like, I believe that I can do this.
Yeah.
And this can be my segue from modeling into acting and being able to express myself artistically. So that's how I started with my modeling career. And I was blessed. I had a successful career, and I learned a lot from modeling. For example, if you have a shoot, like I learned how to get myself looking lean in 24 hours. So all those principles that I learned from being on camera all the time, and you have to look right on camera, as you know. So all of those principles I just took and I applied it to my methodology in fitness and getting people looking their best in as short of a time as possible.
Mind, body, and spirit. Your mind will get you to those first steps, because without thinking about doing what you need to do with nutrition and stepping into a gym or making those first steps, then you're lost. So your mind will get you to that first step, huh? God gave you 2 feet, put one foot in front of the other and step to what you need to do.
Exactly. It's all like the mind controls the body. The mind, once you believe it in your mind, your body will follow. Your body doesn't know anything. All it knows is what the mind tells it to do, and it will continue to do it. So once you get your mind right, the body just follows.
Where are you training people now? Where's your gym located?
My gym the address is 210 Fifth Avenue. That's Fifth Avenue between 25th and 26th Street. It literally, I'm standing right in front of the windows. We overlook Madison Square Park. Beautiful location, beautiful gym. Because we have these big windows, we have tons of light in the gym. It's inspiring, and this is where we do our work.
I got to come down and visit you. In fact, WBLS is moving down by the Club 4040, Jay-Z's club.
Oh,
I think that's about 22nd or 23rd Street, somewhere in there. 25th Street.
No, it's actually literally right around the corner on 25th Street. Like I can see it right over there. So yeah. So we'll be neighbors. We'll literally be neighbors.
So get me in there. Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's transform.
There you go. Give us your social media and every website, everywhere we can follow you.
Please follow me on Instagram at Catch Ngo, Catch like Catch NGO, and my website is NGOOKAFOR.com. We can do transformations. There are tons of ways that we can work together. You can work with me in person, one-on-one. We do virtual sessions over Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, WhatsApp video. And you can also download the transformation program and you can do it on your own. So you have tons of ways that we can work together. You can see some of the clients that I've worked with: Brooke Shields, Naomi Campbell, Mariska Hargitay from Law and Order SVU, all of these people. Even J-Lo has been here. And these are all people that I've worked with and whose bodies I've transformed. I can transform anybody watching. I can transform. Bob, it'll be easy for you because you're already on camera. You know what to do. You were a boxer, so
get me ready. I got another big fight coming up.
This program works. All right, I got you. I got you covered.
Let's talk.
Got you covered.
Let's talk.
All right, for sure.
All right.
For sure.
Ngo Okafor, thank you so much, and you're always welcome to come back, all right?
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Let me see those guns. Guns up. Guns up. There you go.
Get in the camera.
In the community, we say guns down, but guns up.
For sure.
Hey, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
We'll take a quick break right here, come back and throw some more leather. Boop, 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 boop.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame, en esta casa los hombres no lloran.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray.
Fentanyl, it's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kids should know.
I'll see y'all.
After a basketball game, a black teenage boy, Brandon, reads his texts in his family group chat. Auntie Flo, congrats on the big win. Mom, that's my baby. Brandon replies, thanks y'all. In a park, his sister Maya texts, where are we celebrating? Dad replies, home. Mom texts, I got dinner going. Auntie Flo replies, ooh, I can't wait. Then receives a FEMA flood watch text alert. She texts the family, anyone see that weather alert? We need a plan to stay safe, especially after last year. Ready has a list of resources at ready.gov/plan. In his workshop, Dad sends a photo of emergency supplies and texts, looks like we need flashlights and batteries. Leaving a store with a shopping bag, Brandon replies, I got us covered. Mom texts, I'll check in with Grandma and Pop-Up. Maya texts, thanks Auntie, feeling good about this plan.
I got some batteries.
Auntie Flo replies, love y'all, we gotta stay safe. Later, the family
feel like you get told every time I see you.
Stay connected. Plan for ready.gov/plan.
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's the gentle giant.
What you know about Port Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shug, you know I'm for you.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for ya. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
And welcome back. Our next guest is an author and educator with a love of children's books. She's got it going on. She joins us to speak about her trilogy book series titled I Like Being Brown, This Family Hero 44. Please welcome to the show, Melissa Parks. Melissa is in the house. Melissa, we're wide open.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Great.
So you have a love for writing and a love for writing children's books. How did it all happen? How did you get started with that?
Well, I've always loved children's books. I've always loved writing. My favorite is English, my favorite subject. And I've been an educator for the last 16 years, and I work in intervention. And during intervention, I can pinpoint with some of my students what they're lacking. And so I kind of combined all these things and created my trilogy.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and it's 3 books. I Like Being Brown is the preschool book. This Family is the kinder book, and Hero 44 is the first grade book. So my book is designed to help struggling readers. So if you are not very proficient in reading, my book can help you get up to level.
Yeah. Is it also an audio book yet?
Yes, it is. It's available everywhere. I believe on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Walmart, it's everywhere. So I'm very, very proud of that. And what I want to stress and what I have become an advocate for is students reading. I've noticed that with my classrooms that there are several of my students that don't continue their education at home. And I really think that's important for students because they're learning more at home because they're more comfortable. They know mom and dad, and they take in more from parents rather than in an educational setting. So I want to stress that it's very important to have a connection with your student parents.
Yes.
And just speaking to them makes a big, big difference.
Absolutely. What inspired you to write a book about the first African-American president of the United States?
Well, I chose to write a book about Obama and his family because, of course, it inspired me as an African-American. Another thing is just seeing them being in such positivity, knowing that they did encounter, negativity in the background, but we never saw that. Mm-hmm. They knew it was important for us to see the positivity of the First Lady and the President.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of humility, to do that. So I just will never forget that I deeply admire that, coming from them both.
Melissa, that first book was probably the toughest to do, right? Because that thought was there and you said, how am I going to approach this? Tell us about the behind the scenes. What did it take? Because I know a lot of people out there, they said, you know what? I would like to write a book, but how do I get started? How did you get started?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I had to pitch my trilogy to over 250 publishers, and only one out of those 250 said, okay. And it was just amazing to have that happen because I was so determined to prove that I could be an author and that my books would sell. And at this point, it's doing really well. And I just really, really appreciate my effort in trying to be determined to get this out. And just because I wouldn't quit, I finally found an author.
Yeah,
a lot
and
of the authors just wanted I Like Being Brown, and I pushed to have all 3, and I finally found a publisher.
And it goes to show you that you can't give up Don't
Right.
quit. Quitters never win. Winners never quit. Now, you said you had over 250 people that you sent it out to or organizations, but you got that one. So a lot of people, they just say, And I remember hosting a show at the world famous Apollo Theater. We were doing amateur night before showtime at the Apollo. And, we had a group of people downstairs and they were ready to come up and they were all enthusiastic and ready to go. And this one guy came in from Ohio. He said, oh man, I'm going to go and I'm going to kick butt. He got out there, the Apollo crowd is very, very tough. He got out there, opened up his mic. He said, I wanna, and they got him right away. Boo! He said, oh, okay. And he dropped the mic and went out the back door and nobody ever heard from him again. So don't quit. Quitters never win and winners never quit. You got that one call. That's what you needed. That one thing got you to the next level. So congratulations to you for this book. How important was it to highlight the Obama family through this book?
It was very important because, again, as African American, I teach that it is important to know your culture. And my books introduce to young learners that there is good in Black history. And that's what I really, really was wanting to stress. And my books tell about the president, it tells about his family, and it just, it's a feel-good book. I don't want to be a spoiler alert just in case you haven't read it yet, but it really, really is a good book. You have got to pick it up. I promise you will not be disappointed.
Well, make sure you send us a couple of copies so we can talk about it some more, all right?
I sure will.
Melissa,
Yes.
what grade levels is this trilogy series addressing?
The preschool book is the preschool book. I'm sorry, but I Like Being Brown is the preschool book. This Family is the kinder book, and Hero 44 is the first grade book. So it is geared toward young learners so that when they come up, they will know who the president is and who his family is.
There you go. And did it take you a long time to put all of this together?
Not really, because I admired that family so much. It was really, my books rhyme. So that was the only challenging part about it, because I knew that preschoolers learn from rhyming. So I wanted to incorporate that into the trilogy. And I'm glad I did, because it turned out excellent. Yeah.
And finally, what was your favorite part of the book? What stood out in your mind? What were you enthusiastic about? Probably the whole book, but is there one thing that stands out in your mind?
Yes. In the book, I Like Being Brown, it says you can be anyone you want to be. And I really stress this every day during teaching with my students. They're first graders. And I just want to let them know there's nothing they can't do if they put their mind to it and really believe in it and educate themselves.
Exactly. Find out exactly what you want to do and then stick to it, because when you stick with something long enough, something always happens. So thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. And it's such a pleasure, Dr. Bob. Anytime, I'm available.
Melissa, before we go, do you have anything coming up? Are you doing another series? Are you working on something else? Or you still have the pen to the paper?
Yes, I do. I have 2 more books. One is called What Is This Thing Called Homework? It's about a young man who is desperately looking for someone to help him with his homework. And he finally finds one person, special person to help him. And also Colors of the Skin. I think it's very important that we teach our children the different colors under the rainbow of many people.
Breaking news, Melissa Parks. She has another 2 books coming out. Ding, 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 ding. She's putting the pen to the paper. Melissa, thank you so much. Give us your social media. Where can we go to find out more?
Sure. On Facebook, you can follow me at MSMPAR. And on Instagram, it's Mnificent. MNIFICENT.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, we'll take a quick break right here. I've got a whole lot more because we are wide open. I'm the Dr. Vav Lee. Let's go.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Let's go and check for dinner.
Oh, it's really good.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Kids!
I don't want to talk about it.
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 Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency.
Kids, you all right?
This family's prepared. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 for more information.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame, en esta casa los hombres no lloran.
You alright? It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it? Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
You can now watch MNN, Brick TV, QPTV, and SIC TV on BronxNet. Tune in to BX Omni, Channel 67 Optimum, 2133 Files during most Sunday evenings. We'll show you some amazing content from our friends at Manhattan Neighborhood Network, Brick TV in Brooklyn, Queens Public Television, and Staten Island Community Television. Every borough represented in the Boogie Down. Epic partnerships for the ages. And catch our new Next channel, produced in partnership with MNN, 24/7 on BronxNet Channel 952 Optimum and 2138 Fios. Oh, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. You know, our next guest has been a major contributor to our programming this year. He's a producer, intern, and a budding jazz artist. Yo, he got skills. Don't tell nobody, though. He's here to reflect on his learning experiences and to highlight his passion for jazz. So please welcome to the show. He's right here, Uju Ike. Welcome, Uju.
What's going on, Bob?
Right. Finally, you're sitting here.
I am.
You up in the Wizard of Oz window up there.
Right?
I used to wave to you up there. Hey, how you doing?
Exactly.
So now you're here.
I am.
Now, you're finishing up on your internship?
I am, yeah. Today's last day.
Oh, no.
So sad.
You're crying.
So sad.
But you did such a fantastic job.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
Did you learn a whole lot?
Yeah, I learned a lot. I mean, I learned a lot about the entire studio and kind of how the studio runs and stuff. It was a lot to learn. Yeah.
Well, that's how you do it. You get your foot in there and you take a look around. You say, "Oh wow,
right.
The cameras, the lighting,
exactly.
the aesthetics, technical directors up there, the directors, and people working the soundboard.
Exactly.
And you got all those things that you have to absorb.
Yep.
You know,
it was great.
I know what you went through.
Yeah.
Because I watched you.
Yeah, exactly.
So as long as you, where do you want to go from here?
Oh, well, I mean, right now I kind of just going off of what I've done here with a bunch of musicians and artists. Right now I'm interning at a music management label.
All right.
So we're doing a lot of like music licensing, and we're trying to actually put on some jazz showcase, because my my mentor knows how much I like jazz and stuff, and she used to be a jazz singer herself.
Who's that?
Her name is Liza Lee.
Yeah.
Liza Lee, and she was like, let's do this thing. Let's try to do something. Let's try to get the people you had on this show to hop on in the jazz showcase there. So it's kind of all connected, right? Like this idea.
Here's some of the people, right?
Yeah. That's India, right? And that's Cameron Campbell. Yeah, India Owens, Cameron Campbell. And that's Olivia. You liked Olivia.
I liked them all. You know, you brought some good on. You did your thing, man. You were producing right along with the best of us.
Yeah, no, the interviews are so fun to watch. And it was just awesome. Probably my favorite part of the entire interview, just watching the interviews.
Well, make sure you keep copies of them so you can, let people know that you get what you got.
Absolutely.
Now, you're a jazz musician.
Mm-hmm.
And you play with a group, or you play by yourself right now?
I do some live performances here and there. I did one actually the other day for Earth Day. It was some event like it was like in Midtown. But a lot of my work is like session musician stuff, right? So I'm like playing on tracks, and I'm kind of like doing the soundtracks of a lot of the songs.
You'll be making that money.
Exactly. There's a little bit more. Yeah, there's a little bit more money in that one.
So wait a minute, you play the keys?
I'm not fluent, but I feel like I do a lot of producing too. So I can work my way around the keyboard. But I'm mostly a guitarist and a bass player.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna be like Prince and play everything in the studio.
Oh, that's the dream. I also play drums a little bit too. So I'm gonna be on my way to Prince status soon. Don't worry.
Wait,
Don't worry, Bob.
You prefer to play the drums rather than getting on the drum machine?
I love the drum machine, but I don't know the drums though. Like you know what I mean? All my limbs are moving around.
DJs have a rough time sometimes mixing from somebody's playing the real drums, and into a steady beat drum machine,
right? Because it's just on a clicker, right? It's not like a human feel type of time,
right? And if it's a long mix. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when that drummer takes that drum roll, it comes back out and it's out.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to really work that record. Sometimes.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, where do you want to go with your music career?
So, I mean, I love music, and
I love music. Any kind of music.
Right. And I like making music, but I think in terms of my music career, I think music business is where I'm headed. I really do I love music personally, but I think like the idea of like on a bigger scale, like a bigger, broader scale with helping like a bunch of artists makes me a little bit more, it's just more satisfying to me than just being like, personally just making art, I feel like I want to spread art of other people.
Are you learning more about the business? Because a lot of people get into it and they sign a contract, but they don't know the real business of it. Get that crazy deal.
You're right. Yeah, like a 360. Yeah, 360. No, it's pretty crazy out here. I think, like before, like back in the day, that was a huge thing, and a lot of artists, they were really finding themselves in a bad spot. But I feel like now there's a lot more like independent labels or like non-exclusive deals where you could do. There's a lot of options out there, and it's like nicely enough the internship I'm doing now, that company is very much like independent, and it's very much just like it's more free and it's non-exclusive. It's not as binding as a lot of the 360 deals out here of like major labels. So there's a lot of options. It's not just it's not how it used to be.
When you get a chance, go to HHA. hiphopalliance.org. hiphopalliance.org.
Okay.
We do R&B and hip hop, and we teach about how you get into this business and some of the things that can protect you. We talk about pensions, because sometimes you get into it, and you're not thinking that far ahead.
Yeah,
There's going to come a time where you're going to get to an age where you won't be able to do the things that you were doing when you were 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
12,
Very true.
15, 20, 25, 35. But there's some things in place that would teach you and give you an idea of how to navigate.
Oh, cool. Hip Hop Alliance, right?
HipHopAlliance.org. I'll give it to you.
Sounds
You know,
good.
you're in there.
Yeah,
It seems
right.
like you got your head on right. You're doing the right
I like
thing.
to think so.
What inspired? Who are some of the artists that you look up to in the genre of jazz?
I'd say I'm really into like the more contemporary guys, the newer guys that are out there, just because it's like, it's really pumping the fact that jazz isn't dead, like the fact that it's still evolving and it's still moving. I say like Domi and JD Beck are pretty big people in my music inspiration. We have like Thundercat, but we also have older people like Charles Mingus. I like Charles Mingus, Herbie Hancock, amazing musician. I also like African jazz, me being Nigerian myself, so like Fela Kuti was a huge inspiration.
You getting into that deep?
Yeah, you know
African
what I mean?
jazz?
So
Ooh, that could be a new thing. Like Afro beats, Afro jazz beats.
They already got it out there.
They got it out there.
You would think that, you know what I mean?
Everything comes back around. Everything comes back around. That's why I'm afraid to say stuff because you old fat, they got that already. We got an app for that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's already working. It's on and popping.
What are you gonna
do? Yeah. So you had a wonderful experience. What inspired you to come and do an internship right here with the BronxNet?
BronxNet. Well, I heard about BronxNet because I know you guys do work with MNN, Manhattan Neighborhood Network, I think it is. And then there's also QPTV, right? Queens Queens Public Television. So I also heard about BronxNet as well, and I was like, you know what, I would love to do an internship here because I feel like, I've done some work also with Brick too, which you guys work with.
Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn. So I was like, BronxNet sounds sick, you know? I wanna, that sounds cool.
So you came in and did the dance, got
you know
your
what
feet
I mean?
wet.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a bunch of, I like the fact that there was a bunch of different positions that I could take on. So I was like, I like the options and I like the fact that I get to be well-rounded after I leave. So it felt perfect.
Right. DJs know how to mix from one thing to the next. When I was boxing, I was mixing it up. When I was into chemistry and biology, I was mixing things up. When I got into what I am into now, I'm mixing it up. When I'm writing my books as an author, I'm mixing it up.
Yeah.
And how are you going to mix up what you're doing with BronxNet, all the things you've learned here, with your jazz career?
Well, I mean, I love music and I love journalism too, and I love showcasing artists. And I think one of the big things I learned from here was this aspect of journalism and this aspect of hosting. You know, being like watching the greats, and seeing a lot of interviews go down and kind of how they work and how they are conducted. It was just like, oh, okay, cool. Like I could totally see myself, you know, being able to show out some artists.
Ask me a question.
Ask you a question.
Yeah, we'll switch roles right here.
Okay, sounds good. What childhood trait did you have that made you really fit for your current career right now?
A childhood trick.
Or a childhood trait, sorry, like a personality trait that really made you.
I think you know, when you're a child, you really don't know what you want to do. You have an idea. You know, people come to your school and they say, "Look, you know, here's a fireman, here's a police officer. You may want to follow that person. You may want to become a cop or a doctor or a lawyer." I was into chemistry and biology at an early age. My father gave me a long doctor's robe because he used to work at this doctor's office part-time to make extra money.
Right.
I grew up in Queensbridge. So I'm in Queensbridge with a long doctor's robe and a chemistry set and a biology set.
Really?
And when my friends wanted to go play basketball, football, I'm in there under my microscope. They said, "Look at this guy." That's how I got the name doctor.
That's so funny.
So things just mixed in. One thing led to the next. I was involved in sports, so I got into boxing.
Boxing, right?
Yeah. I did the amateur boxing. I did the police athletic league boxing, and did the community center boxing. Then I went into the Golden Gloves, and I thought I wanted to become a pro.
Yeah.
So I was doing my thing, and it wasn't a thing to me. I was having fun with it, and I was causing collisions. That's what you want to do. You catch somebody coming in and you throwing at the same time. Like Muhammad Ali, you couldn't catch him good because he's always moving back. So you couldn't get a good impact. But if you catch somebody coming in, you cause that collision, you know, you're going to feel it up and down your arm. And you knew that, you know, this guy, So you can feel the whole thing that's happening with
Right.
you, but you had to be in shape because if you weren't, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah, fair.
Because you and that person in there, and he did his thing to train, and you better come to the table with something.
Right. No, that's fair.
But-
That's actually pretty validating because being that I'm fickle too, just like moving around here
Yeah.
to here, you know, it's nice to know that, you know, it could,
Yeah.
it ended up well, you know.
Yeah, so my mother had a big record collection. My sister did also. So I think I was saved by the music bug.
Yeah, that music bug, right? No, it's yeah. I'm still. It hit me hard, and I'm trying to I'm trying to see what can come of it. You know. Yeah.
So that's what came out of the childhood. All those experiences that you put together.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know exactly where you want to go, but you just have to find out what you want to do, find out your passion in life, your passion-driven life, and put it together. And stick with it, because if you stick with something long enough, something always happens.
Absolutely,
Make
yeah.
sure it's positive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I chose something that I was really, really passionate about.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things, boxing was one.
Yeah,
of
just
them.
one.
And then the music thing, I was getting the same applause when I was throwing in a dope record. And I threw in that mix, or mixed in a nice record, and the crowd said, "Oh!"
Yeah.
You know, I was getting that same thing when I was knocking people out.
Yeah.
in the ring.
It just all fell into place. It
So
seems.
and it's just mixing it up.
Mm-hmm.
From the chemistry to biology to
I love it, yeah.
books and all that
You
stuff.
would think they're
we're
not
still mixing
related,
it up
but
to
it's
that.
all related.
It's all a mix.
It's all connected.
Yeah. So that was the answer to your question. It was a long one, but
No, I love it. I love it.
So you got all your stuff. Give us your social media so we can follow you, because you know you need people to follow you some more.
Absolutely. My Instagram, that's Ike Junwa. That's IKEJUNWA. My email, that's ujunwaike@gmail.com. That's UJUNWAIKE@gmail.com.
See, and you got the reverse role situation here. You got a little experience on that.
I did. I did.
You got it in there?
I did.
All right. So we rounded everything out.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. And don't be a stranger, okay?
No
We
way.
got to get together. We got to break some bread. You stick with it, because when you stick with something long enough, something always happens.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more open on the way. In fact, we're wide open. Stay tuned.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame, en esta casa los hombres no lloran.
You alright? It just feels like it's coming from everywhere. Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's the gentle giant.
What you know about poor Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shug. You know I'm for you.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for you. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
You can now watch MNN, Brick TV, QPTV, and SIC TV on BronxNet. Tune in to BX Omni, Channel 67 Optimum, 2133 Fios during most Sunday evenings. We'll show you some amazing content from our friends at Manhattan Neighborhood Network, Brick TV in Brooklyn, Queens Public Television, and Staten Island Community Television. Every borough represented in the Boogie Down. Epic partnerships for the ages. And catch our new Next channel, produced in partnership with MNN, 24/7 on BronxNet Channel 952 Optimum and 2138 Fios. And welcome back, everybody. I hope you are enjoying yourself thus far. I know I am. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're watching Open. You know, National Bucket List Day was celebrated this week, and a new survey from Ally Bank found nearly 90% of Americans are dreaming big with their bucket lists, from trips to Fiji to skydiving and more. Here to discuss the results and the tools you can use to simplify your spending and savings is Sonia Fraher. Sonia, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So this big survey took place, and what did it find? 90% of people, of Americans, are dreaming big with their bucket lists. How did we come up with that?
So at Ally, we put the customer at the center of everything we do.
Yes.
And we wanted to check in with them. We wanted to see how consumers were thinking and feeling, and most importantly, dreaming in this time of high inflation and higher rates. And we confirmed what I think many of us already know, which is that most people, actually 84%, have a bucket list. And travel reigns supreme. People want to save for trips across the United States, you know, go to Europe, maybe see friends and family they haven't connected with in a while. But there's a lot of other things on that list too. People would like to learn new skills, maybe skydiving, and even saving for, you know, a new car or saving for that dream home. There's so much out there that, you know, are important to people. Unfortunately, a third of people with a bucket list have not checked anything off in the last 12 months. Yeah. And when we asked people why, they said that money and finances is the reason.
Are you finding out that more people are willing to travel more after the pandemic? Yeah, I mean, they probably had that bucket list ready to go, but, you know, everybody was like stuck, so to speak.
Absolutely. People are saving for travel across, you know, as I mentioned, the United States. So maybe, you know, I'd love to go to Hawaii. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when I'll get there, but things like that is just, it's so important to people, like reconnecting, whether you're maybe taking a solo trip or you're going to see friends, or maybe you're going on a trip with family.
Yeah.
People are definitely back in that travel mode.
Yeah. How do consumers feel about their budgeting habits and key financial obstacles that they are facing? Did they come to you with that? Do they share that with you?
It did. So, you know, going back to money and finances being the single biggest obstacle for crossing things off that list, you know, when we think about those hurdles, there are really two sides of the equation. On the savings side, many people struggle to afford even an emergency expense if it happened to them. And so a couple years ago, we launched at Ally Savings Buckets and Boosters. Those help you organize and visualize your savings so you can make more progress against them, build up more of that emergency fund, or check things off your bucket list. Customers have created over 3 million buckets for those dreams and goals. And we're now happy to announce that we have spending buckets on our checking account. That helps with the other side of the equation and the pain points there around budgeting and really helping it stick with it. And think of those as digital envelopes. So those help you set aside money for the things you need to cover, like your mortgage or rent, or your cell phone or your groceries. Once you figure that out, you can see how much you have left over for some of the more fun stuff.
You got to give us some tips, Sonia. Tell us about the importance of setting money goals aside and ways to keep motivated and stay on track. Because sometimes, you get things that happen in life that will take you to different places.
It's so true. So 2 things that are important when you think about creating those good financial habits, and they're going to seem really simple, but they do work. The first is visualize and personalize your goals. So write it down, create a bucket for it. Even if it's, post a note on your mirror and you're looking at it each day, it's important to keep focused on the things that matter most to you. And that's a hugely powerful motivator. The second tip is automate it. So if you can take the heavy lifting off your shoulders and you can set it and forget it, then you don't need to each paycheck figure out, how much can I save and how much can I save next month? We know that those 2 strategies together work. Customers that use our savings tools, believe it or not, save 2 times more than those who don't.
I like that. Set it and forget it. And also savings, buckets, and boosters I heard you mention a while ago.
That's right. And so when you're looking for tools to help with saving or spending, look for a couple key things. Number 1, is it easy to use and set up? Is it going to continue to motivate you, whether, you're saving for maybe Taylor Swift concert tickets, maybe it's that trip that we just talked about, something that's going to keep you motivated to keep saving. And then last is, that visualization component, or automate it as much as possible. And so we do offer savings buckets and now spending buckets, and those are in our savings and our checking account at Ally.
Thank you so much. Where can we go? You got anything on social media or website that we can go to find out what Ally is doing, find out what you guys are doing to help us, guide us in the right direction so we can maybe work our bucket list into what you're doing and some of the tips that you presented to us?
You can find more information on Ally's tools, as well as some more fun stuff that we found when we talked to people about their bucket lists at ally.com. That's ALLY.com/bucket list.
Sonia Fraher, Senior Director, Product Management, Ally Bank. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you and appreciate everything,
so much.
All the information that you shared. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, that's about all the time we have for today's show. We want to thank you, our viewers, you for tuning in and checking it all out. You can check out the continued coverage on BronxNet. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Join Kim and Arlene, Darren Jaime, Rena Valentine on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for all new episodes of Open. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice and let your choice control who chooses. Remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you are right. So say you can and you will. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS from all of us here at BronxNet. Have a great and enjoyable day. We love you all. Peace.